What's going on? Is this Kevin?
Oh my God, thank you so much for calling.
We just want to help you guys out. Make sure you got what you need to get through this thing.
No way.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
No.
That's amazing.
Is this Katie?
Hey.
How are you?
You have no idea how excited I am. I can't believe that you're actually FaceTiming me.
What's going on?
Oh my God, are you kidding?
No way, man.
What's going on?
So imagine a multi-million-dollar corporation working to help the little guy. That's exactly what Dave Portnoy, founder and president of Barstool Sports, has been doing in his spare time, basically. In just 3 months, he's raised $37 million and helped more than 300 small businesses. Joining us now is Stool Presidente himself, Dave Portnoy. Dave, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you. This fund has just gone nuts, and these phone calls giving money away couldn't really be happening at a better time. It's goosebump stuff. What's it like to be on the other end of that line?
You know, it's certainly gratifying. I don't think it's anything that I planned on. It was very organic, and the first time that we actually did the call was by accident. It was basically, I was told that the people we're giving the money to was a huge fan of mine and Barstool. So I made the call, and their reaction was so moving. I wasn't videoing it, but, you know, I knew right then that was the magic of trying to raise money, to let people see how important and how in need and how much it meant for these businesses, small businesses, and how much pain and struggle. So it's been great to connect the small businesses with our fans and raise the money and really help a lot of people who needed the help.
Right. And aside from the fund, you've also been able to help a lot of businesses with something that you've been doing for a little while, these pizza reviews. And we got a clip from your 1,000th review that actually made a huge difference for a pizza shop in New Jersey. Hang on.
Months this has been shut down, and we turned the whole business around to takeout and delivery. And 40 years in the business, my dad, they gave up. They're like, what do we even do? We have 40 employees. They're all like, I was like, guys, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Well, you went on to give that pizzeria a whopping 8.9 rating, and since then their business has exploded. Customers are coming in from all over the country, and I guess you basically saved it, right? Because they were going to have to shut it down.
Yeah, we made a big impact, and that's something that's really non-COVID related. Obviously, they're struggling, but my pizza reviews carry weight. It's crazy. I've been doing it for 4 years, and I'd say this is a very arrogant, cocky thing to say, but I think I'm the most influential pizza critic in the world. When I give a great score, and a great score is over an 8. And I've done 1,000 reviews. There's probably been like 28s. If I give an 8, you don't walk, you run to this pizza place. So we can really change a business with a big score. And this is one of those examples.
Are you driving to get pizza right now?
You know what? I'm not throwing people in the bus. I had the wrong time. So I saw the guy before me was also in a car. And maybe that's just the vibe right now. Everyone's in a car.
Right. Well,
no, I already had pizza.
Okay, good. You're in Chicago. You're here in at the Hollywood Casino in Aurora because you just launched the Barstool Sportsbook yesterday. You have your fingers in so many pies. I know you didn't do too well last night with your bets, but how has the launch gone so far?
You know, I got to give a shout out to a guy, Rico Bosco and Marty Mush, who are the two of the worst handicappers who ever lived. And, you know, they're trying to bankrupt me single-handedly, or I guess as a team. Other than those two jinxes, it's been going great. People like betting with Barstool. They trust the brand. We've been around for 2 decades. It started as a gambling company. It's the real deal. And I love Illinois. We have an office here. It's the only other city we have an office. And I keep telling people, when you think of Chicago, you think of like those old Saturday Night Live skits, the Bears. That's what we have in real life. If you saw the people we have, you know, they're overweight. They've never turned down a kielbasa, and they like to bet on football. So we belong in this state.
Yeah, well, it's legit. You can bet on darts. I looked at it today. Hey, let me ask you this here. Barstool really took off when you targeted NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. It started with his response to Deflategate, and now the clown nose T-shirt is ubiquitous. You and your fake mustache actually got carried out of the Super Bowl in Atlanta, and you paid $250,000 at an auction and almost got to watch a game with the commissioner. Have you guys made up, or you think you ever will?
No, you know what? He's had many opportunities to kind of be self-aware, but he's one of the great evil humans of all time in my mind. He just won't go with the joke. I consider myself a very law-abiding, easy guy to get along with. I've been put in handcuffs twice in my life, both at the hands of Roger Goodell. One, for protesting Tom Brady and Deflategate. Two, for wearing a fake mustache to the Super Bowl. I paid $5,000 for a ticket, and they didn't want me there, and they dragged me out, and that's a viral video in itself. So, you know, Roger Goodell, he has no sense of humor, no sense of self-awareness. And to me, you know, if he wanted to make up and make a joke about it, fine. But this is a guy who turned down $250,000 for charity because his ego was too big.
Dave, we just have a minute left, but you've become sort of a figurehead for day traders, and you were in the middle of this whole GameStop story. In fact, you lost $700 grand basically to make a point on this. You were critical of Robinhood. You met with their president. At the end of this whole thing, what's your takeaway?
I mean, it's heavily slanted. The playing field is nowhere close to even. The big guys, the hedge funds, have an advantage. I certainly didn't lose 700 grand to make a point. I was trying to make 700 grand, but just like everybody else, I didn't know they could stop trading. And, you know, things have to change, but this has been going on in Wall Street forever. And I've been lucky enough to be successful with Barstool, but I still act and trade like an everyday guy. So when the normal guy's getting screwed, I'm probably getting screwed with them, and it's not right. And at least I have a voice where I can fight back.
Dave Portnoy, founder and president of Barstool Sports. Dave, I haven't checked Twitter in the last 10 or 15 minutes, so I'm not sure if there's a spat or a feud you're involved with that we haven't heard about yet. But we want to thank you for the laughs and all the great things you're doing, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, big update. Penn got added to the S&P 500, so that's big news for us that just happened.
There you go. Dave Portnoy, thanks for having us. Thanks for joining us.